approaching target. Hi guys, Vechs here. Welcome back to Davion Shipyards. Welcome back to Shipyards, where we ship fat people off to parts unknown, maybe to gyms. We ship fat people to gyms. Davion Shipyards. Blech. Welcome back to. Oh my God! What am I? What? No, no. What are you shooting at? What are you shooting at? Calm down. Okay, whatever it was is dead now. They feel better. Okay, all right. Welcome back to Davion Shipyards, where I have a new class of ship for you. It is a large ship, but it is not a corvette. It is the thing beneath a corvette in weight class. That is the Gunboat. The community chart that I use as a guide for my ship classes says patrol boat, or no, patrol vessel is what they call it. I'm just going to say gunboat. They're pretty similar, but gunboat I think is more immediately recognizable to people. Is a gunboat a ship? Is it a... Yeah, it's a ship, but the gunboat is underneath a corvette and weight class. I mean, I guess you could say, like, in real life it would be something like a littoral... like a littoral combat vessel, an LCV, a littoral patrol craft, something like that. I don't know. I'm just going to say gunboat. Well, here she is. This is the Davion Bayonet class gunboat. It's designed to be cheap, effective, and expendable in the grand scheme of things compared to other capital ships. It weighs in at 179 tons. I kind of want to add something on the ship just to get it to a nice even 180. In fact, I actually think I kind of will, just because that's been bugging me. Like, I want it to be... Am I really going to add something to the ship to make it be 180 even? I think I will. Well, let's see. What could we add in here? Could just fill in this empty space here. There we go. Empty space is filled in. Let's see what the weight is now. Is 180? Yep, there you go, 180. I'm happy. So she weighs in at 180 metric tons. TON is the U.S. ton of 2,000 pounds. TONNE is the metric ton of 1,000 kilograms, which is actually like I think about 2,100 pounds. The metric ton and the U.S. ton are actually really, really close together in weight, but because mass in this game is given in kilograms, I'm using the System International ton, which is 1,000 kilograms. So that makes things nice and easy. And I believe there's actually different types of tons. There's like short tons, long tons. I think the short ton is the American one, and the long ton is the British ton, and then there's the metric ton, and I don't know. You'll have to go to read about it on Wikipedia if you're really curious. But this video is not about systems of measurement. It's about gunboats and blowing crap up and being awesome with a rocket launcher. Boom, 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 boom. So this ship, as you'll already very rapidly realize, has 3 Gatlings and a forward-mounted rocket launcher, which in my own personal survival world, I intend to tear that rocket launcher off and mount a 50mm autocannon from the mod. But I didn't want to put a modded block up on the workshop. So I fully intend to switch that out with the autocannon, but the official version going up on the workshop is going to feature the rocket launcher. I mean, that's still not bad firepower, but when I see that, all I just see is uranium getting blasted away. And you know, it's actually not even that powerful. Like, here's light armor. Tell you what, let me try something. Camera front view. And I ought to be able to zoom in with this camera. There we go. Oh, yeah. There we go. Zoom in, zoom out. There's a frontal camera, and you can use to scout stuff now. But I'm just going to pop off a rocket at that block right there. It doesn't even destroy it. Rockets used to be much more powerful. It's still there. I think it may have just died. I think it's dead now. But with all the twisted wreckage here, like I'm shooting light armor with the rocket launcher, it really... It really is... It's kind of like the rockets impact the hitbox of the twisted wreckage. I love that camera zoom. That's so great. Being able to see stuff from farther away. And then turn off the... Oh, wow, look at that. I can zoom in and actually take a good look at that. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it's got a forward-mounted camera, a rear-mounted camera. Let me hop out of the cockpit here. And it does have a remote control block, which is back here, tucked away right up there. She's designed to be cheap and easy to build, so I cut out the need for gravity generator components. There's no gravity generator on the ship because it's so small. I mean, just look at it. And the lights on board, I tinted the interior lights red. For some reason, I think that looks really cool. There's something about that I really like. But, and actually, hold on a second. I think I may have... There's supposed to be 4 lights in here. There's only 2 now. I must have accidentally knocked the lights off when I was working on this. Okay, well. Oh, I'd see what I did. I knocked the lights off when I put in the railings here. Ah, I see. I see. Okay. Well, where would be a good place for lights in here? Not here. Not there. Maybe right here. On the conveyor. Looks, I don't know. Interior lights. And we'll rename that one to 3. Yeah, I accidentally lost my lights there. That's not good. So we'll rename this interior lights. It could probably help if we spelled it correctly. Interior lights. There we go. So, there we go. That's better. I wonder where my little light went. I'll need that light. It makes it look cool from the outside, too. So we have a lightweight gunboat that's heavily armed for its weight class. A forward-mounted main gun, whether it be a rocket launcher or an autocannon of some description, and then 3 Gatling turrets on a ship that weighs only 180 tons. I think that's a lot of gun for such lightweight here. I just like the lights because you can see them from inside and it just looks cool. In order to minimize the use of bulletproof glass, I think you only need it for the cockpit here. I used these slatted windows that don't rely on glass. It only takes iron to make those. It doesn't require gravity components. It requires the radio components for the antenna, and that's it. It doesn't have a beacon because it's using an antenna instead. I figured the beacon would just be redundant. And it doesn't have a refinery or an arc furnace. It just has an assembler, and that's it. And it's powered by a single nuclear reactor. And it's got a conveyor system which shares the ammunition. So you just come in and put all the ammo in that main thing, and it'll feed out into the Gatling cannons. And the forward-mounted gun also is connected to the conveyor system inside the ship. So overall, I think it's a compact design. Had a lot of fun making it. It was fun making a small little ship like this. and I could have easily made this thing into just a box, basically. But I tried to make it angular and faceted to give it a cooler look, and I think it looks pretty cool. It looks very rugged and kind of like a... I don't know, for some reason it makes me kind of think of a beetle. Like a beetle shell. But anyway. There she is. That is the Bayonet class, in keeping with my theme of naming everything after bladed weapons. Or melee weapons. Yeah. So this thing is pretty cool. I like it a lot. It has 2 connectors on either side. Towards the rear, it does have 4 engines on the rear, and then I think each other direction has 2 engines for redundancy and thrust for the other attitude controls. It only needs 1 gyroscope. It's got 1 gyroscope inside. It turns pretty well with just 1 gyroscope. I think 2 would be a lot more expensive and just unnecessary. The Gatling turrets have pretty good fields of fire, and in the event that the main cockpit is destroyed, you could just come in here and get in any one of these chairs and quite simply activate the remote control and then activate one of the cameras and fly it from inside the ship using a camera like that. So the railing here is intended for if you're assaulting a station that happens to have like artificial gravity. You could come out here with your rifle and just shoot down with your rifle from here, and for like a PvP server, it carries the pilot and then 5 other people. So you could use this as a small transport to go attack your enemy's base. And if it's damaged or destroyed in the process of the attack, it only has the basics required to get the thing, into combat and fighting. So it doesn't have a medical bay. I think if you wanted to add a medical bay to turn it into an assault ship so you could respawn here, all that you would need to do is knock out the solid blocks on this side. On this side is the assembler, but this side is basically, it's just solid blocks there. You could knock that out and install a medical bay if you really wanted to give it the ability to respawn Marines while you're attacking somebody. But other than that, I don't think she needs any more explanation. Just a simple, cheap fighting vessel intended to patrol, and I think it would do pretty well against fighter craft because it itself is small and pretty maneuverable for a large ship. Just cruising right now. Let's go. Let's see. Let's test the acceleration. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5. So about 10 meters a second. A 2 meters a second per second acceleration. I guess it's all right. Keeping it down to just one reactor keeps the cost down and keeps it cheap. I really like this thing. I'm definitely building one of these for my single player world, and I think it might become my new scout vehicle. If I just want to go somewhere and see what's there and scout around, I might mount an ore detector on it, and then we're basically good to go. With an ore detector, I think this thing would be pretty effective as a scout vessel. It's small enough to fit inside the chasms in asteroids, so you can go drive inside there, pilot inside there, drive inside. maneuver inside there. There we go. And take a look at what's deep inside the asteroids. I love just blasting this little station here. It's been pummeled so many times, but it's still standing. It feels like they nerfed the weapons, which I guess is good. Because before, combat was so fast because the weapons did so much damage. And I think the red light in here gives it like a nice menacing look. It's kind of cool. Kind of reminds me of Halo. Inside all the human ships, the lights during combat would always be red, and there'd always be this like soft red glow. All the stuff. Well, usually my videos like this are longer because it's a. And actually, I have a problem with my creative videos is I end up having to cut them down a lot. Like my previous one, the previous video in the series about the spyglass was actually just over an hour of footage, and I cut a lot of it out, where I would be designing systems and just talking about them. The way I ended up designing this is, once again, I started with the floor plan I wanted, and then made the main connector branch. So I started with the floor, and then the conveyor system here, and then started attaching the guns. And then once I figured out where I wanted the guns and the conveyors and the reactor and the assembler, I built the armored shell around it. Yeah. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and publish this so you can use it in your worlds. Where's the sun? The sun's up here. So let me get it turning this way. The sun is right up there. Where's a good angle for this little guy? That looks pretty good. One final thing, though. I'm going to go ahead and close the doors. There we go. I wonder if I should turn the Gatling turrets off by default. I don't think I will. I think I will turn them down, though. Gatling turrets. Yeah, let's turn them down a little bit. There she is, the Bayonet class gunboat. Let's get close. Take a nice picture of her. Control B. Already named. Details. We need to rename this. This is the Davion gunboat. Bayonet class. Boop. Corvette, gunboat, bayonet class. Publish. There we go. Enjoy, guys. Well, I hope you're enjoying the Davion Shipyard series. I'm having a lot of fun with this. This is actually kind of more fun for me than just playing in survival, because I just get to make whatever I want. And I'm really having fun designing ships. Like, this is a lot of fun. Let me know in the comments if you have a ship role you'd like me to design, like, you know, carrier, resupply ship, drilling ship, you know. Pick a role and a weight class, and let me know what you want to see, and I'll take a crack at it. I know somebody wanted me to make a like a station ship, sort of like a mobile station, I guess, that could be pointed towards the sun and was very thin and could survive repeated meteor impacts and would self-repair. I kind of wouldn't mind making a ramming ship that has self-repairing frontal armor, and all you do with it is just ram it into enemies, and you don't even worry about guns. I think that'd actually be really cool. But yeah, let me know what you want to see, and I'll try my best to make what you request. And I'll see you guys next episode. Until then, as always, suck it. Oh, the camera zoom is so good. Die, my creation. Die. Ah! Ha! Suck it! There can be only one. That was awesome. That's really cool. See you guys next episode.